screenings be like, I did not see it going that way.
Yeah.
Or like, but then again, it's like if you project a twist, then the whole time you're like, what's the twist?
You're just looking for the twist, and it's never going to live up to its expectation.
Which again, I don't want to try to spoil it either, but they did such a good job of simulating being blindsided the same way that the characters are blindsided. And that to me what made it so juicy.
Yeah. So, I mean, that is for sure one aspect. To me, that's a big difference is that, and frankly, it comes down to everything. You have to have a good product, and a good product will in many ways just sell itself, right? And Hereditary was that, right?
And the acting was spectacular.
Yeah,
so
Hereditary.
That's just enough.
Hereditary was that, and it got enough horror fans who had seen The Witch and knew about this kind of this A24 company and had good enough expectations to get them in the door, and they spread the word that it was amazing.
Yeah.
But
that's so cool. All right, hello, welcome back to the show. This is Movie Marketing Magic with the Harmon brothers. We're going to break down some of the marketing of movies, how we wish we would have done it. We're going to give a thumbs up to people who did a good job. If you want to level up your marketing, follow the link here on the screen. It'll take you to Harmon Brothers University, the best resource with step-by-step guides on how to market your own business or service online. All right, this next one, I loved this movie so much as a kid, Zoolander. It is pure cinema, and it is glorious. And a funny story about it is my family would love a movie, and then whenever our more conservative aunts and uncles would come over, like, you got to watch this movie, and they were offended, my mom would act offended and then break the movie. She's like, oh, I didn't know that was in there. The massage scene, if you remember that one from Zoolander.
I haven't seen Zoolander.
You haven't seen Zoolander?
Yeah.
Okay, we got to have a Harmon Brothers watching party.
I turned on Zoolander while I was in film school. I'm like, oh, I need to catch up on like this classic comedy. Turned it on in film school and was like,
what?
Whatever.
Oh, man.
And I was like alone, like ready to watch, right? Like in the mood for like studying cinema.
Yeah.
And I turned it on. I'm like, no, this isn't going to do it for me, and turned it off.
Maybe
I'm
you got to
sure
watch
watching
it with
friends
Yeah.
now, as I've maybe grown a little bit out of my pretension, I would love it. But
It was just so quotable, and there's so many like I think like a really good like bit movie is they just like you can remember every scene. Every scene is like a unique bit.
Yeah.
Where like, you know how some comedies are really poorly run sketch shows where there's we did that sketch and now let's do this sketch. I'm like, oh no, they did a great job, and like the acting was good. Like for like. Call Ben Stiller what you want, but like he commits to his character so much that it's so fun to watch. And Owen Wilson is just always Owen Wilson, and it's like, you're perfect. But this is another one, and I think they did do this because Ben Stiller's character was it was like a character that he just did for like a sketch or whatever.
That's right. Yeah.
Maybe it was SNL. I can't remember where it popped up, but it was so popular that people like were so interested in this world of modeling, where I would just like put on fashion shows, hold these events, like have a what's it called, not the boardwalk, the fashion walk, the catwalk or whatever it is, like build this because I thought this was one of the early movies where they said, let's dive into a world that's like kind of unknown and make it interesting, because there is enough about modeling where you're just like, oh yeah, I guess this is kind of a weird, messed up world. But then they took it too far, and they're like, let's go into the world of ping pong. Like, this doesn't work. Balls of Fury does not work at all. And Anchorman was another one where it was just like, the 70s, like where this type of like news came about, or like, anyway. So I'm big on like live events, big on filming them and like building up this intrigue to show off the chemistry and like how fun these people are.
Yeah, I can totally see that. You get a troupe of improv comedians. Ben Stiller shows up at a few of these, but mostly it's the cheap improv comedians that you can get, right? And you throw these events, these Zoolander fashion shows, and just do crazy